Alrighty guys, what is up? Evan Aldo here. So got a couple cool things I want to talk to you guys about. Crazy, this dump below 20K. So we finally went below a previous bull market high in the following bear market after the next bull market. So first time that's happened. Very interesting. So the latest I've been doing in all of this is had a loser on a Bitcoin long trying to catch falling knives the other day. But we added to our shorts that we've been in for a long time in the exclusive Discord here. And, when I add to my shorts, I kind of give you, places to look to, stop losses, that type of thing, and where to take your first profits. And then, crazy how low ETH has gotten, just insane. And then this trade right here. Also, I gave what I thought, and I took this trade. I didn't post it because it was a little bit risky, and I've been getting, the longs have been really tough in this environment. Posted this one, I was talking about a possible little short squeeze, so to get these, shorts out, these late shorts, and took some profits on that, and that's a trade that I took, and that's going to be in the gains and losses right here. 74%, 10x leverage, got in, and took my first profits a little bit before that. Going to take some more profits around 20K on that. The profits are locked in, so that was a good trade right here. If you guys are interested in the exclusive Discord, so my trade entries, stop losses, take profits, not right 100% of the time, but we get most of them right. Link in description below. So what I want to talk about right now is what phase we could be in this psychology of a market cycle. Now, I kind of mapped it out if you could read my handwriting here. I think we're kind of in the denial phase. Anxiety was probably 30 to 35K. Denial's like right now. And in the denial, you get a little bit of a pump back up, and the disbelief is kind of back here. This looks similar to like where you'd bottom out, kind of, over here, this area, or the disbelief, kind of around 10 to 12K, which is back in, September 2020, kind of where we were at those points, where I think we'd bottom out. You kind of get to that point, maybe a teeny weeny bit lower than that, but nothing crazy. And we'll talk about that too. So let's look at Bitcoin. I kind of did it out. So anxiety, 35 to 30. This is, if you can't read my handwriting, denial is right now. It's a debate whether we're in denial or panic. I feel like panic doesn't come until you're like below 16K. I feel like this is just the denial point. And I think we could really rally up to like, excuse me, 24, like this pocket, this golden pocket right here, before we come down some more and bottom out in September, August, September, October, something like that. So I think it's going to be, we could rally up for the next few weeks. The DXY is printing a bearish div on the daily, while Bitcoin is printing, I believe it's still printing if not confirmed, a bullish div. So on this daily right here, the weekly looks, very bullish on the DXY. But money flow coming out while you're getting a bearish div. We could have some relief. And I've looked in, the past for Bitcoin normally, and it's rare that you just dump down more than like, from, let's go on the 4 hour here. It's rare that you just dump down straight down, kind of like this, for more than like 40%. The highest is like 45. It's usually between 40 to 45%, other than like when everybody's really over leveraged in the real bubble areas like here, or something like this, maybe. I don't even know what exactly that was, that dumped down to our local bottom there, 52%, okay. But there's a lot less leverage in this market too. It's not like, it's not like it was back here. Still a lot of people, there's still a lot of social risks, so a lot of people are into it, but it's a little bit different. So I think you could, your anxiety, and then we're into denial. In the denial phase, you get a little bit of relief, and then panic, and then so on and so forth. Big points to look at, we lost the 200-week moving average, so much for that, no bueno there. But, if you turn this back on, the 300-week moving average hits a major spider line too right there. That's our last spider line. I'm going to have to draw more, figure out a way to draw more if we lose this area. I think that's a huge place to look that we could bounce off of if we haven't, bounced off of the local bottom right now. And I'll tell you why we could be starting a rally. And the main thing, to realize why we could be starting a rally right now is this. You're about to get that green dot to come back on the daily. It's not coming back. You curved back down, but that could curve way back and give it to us. Also, Ethereum has the same thing on the daily. It was confirmed on the daily. We still came a bit lower. You could have, how's the daily looking now? No red X, no red dot just yet, so we'll see. Also, we got, I believe, almost going to get a nice deep in the red, nice bullish div on the 4 hour. Also, funding fees are very negative, so that's another sign you could be coming up. Also, when you have big jumps like this, it's indicative to a possible local bottom. I mean, that's a 10% jump out of nowhere. That is very, very strong off of that spiral line. That's where I took the knew to take the long entry, and I'll show you exactly what I was looking at. And it was this bullish div. I took it right after this bullish div, and locked in profits before the spiral line. Now I'm kind of just being a little greedy with it, just probably waiting for this one around 20K to take some more profits. And yeah. So that's what I'm looking at there. Now, what could happen? How do we get, how do we map out the all the way down to depression where we really bottom? This is anger and then depression. So, it's approximate. It's approximate. So, let's put this, hide this for now. I want you to look at, and this is a time frame not too many people look at on the 10-day. This is where we bottomed here in this bear market, February 2015. We were in the red, and then you got a deep anchor wave with the green dot below. Same thing in December 2018. Now, to get into the red here, it's probably going to take a little bit more time. So, a few more months probably. July to August is where we get to this point. It could, be even August. But once you get into the red here, and then you wait a little bit, you're basically bottomed out. Like, once you get into the red, you could be bottomed out, essentially. I mean, this one, you were bottomed out right when you got into the red. It was a nice bottom signal. And then this one got a little bit weird. It was a little bit after, after the red money flow crossover. And I think it could be after here. I think we could get that red money flow crossover in August, September, and then, let's see, from December, another month. You get to October maybe, or September if it happens in August, when you're getting deeper. And then you get this. So, what I will say right now is, it's good prices. Anything below 20K, anything below really 30K for a long-term perspective are very good prices. I bought a lot at 30K. I bought some more at 20K. And right now, I'm just, we may be in one of those rare opportunities where we're going into that recession, and you'll get that rare opportunity with everything when it bottoms out, towards the end of the year to really get in at some low prices, maybe 10K. And if you look at that psychology map again, where the disbelief and all, the anger, all of that, depression, this type, it's at the same area here where the disbelief was when it started. So I remember the vibes of people. If you're new at this, you probably don't remember too much. If you were active in September 2020, it feels like here. It feels like this. It feels very, in terms of, it felt like that in terms of disbelief. So that would probably bring us to that area around 12 to 10K. Now, what's at 12K? We have our 500 weekly moving average. Or no, 500 weekly moving average is at, or let's go to the weekly here. Yeah, 500 weekly moving average, 10K, or the 400 weekly moving average. I don't, in terms of the data we've never tested it. Right there, 12K. 12K is the big point. 12K is the big point, 82% down. I think you're going to probably come at least 80% down here. Just judging, how history looks, things don't really bottom until the Fed stops pivoting, or the Fed stops raising interest rates. That's what we want to look for. It's probably going to be a few more months. Also, you look at the stock market, S&P 500, that looks like a few more months at least too. So I'd say minimum September when we bottom out, maximum early next year probably. And we're in that phase. So what could you do right now in this market? What could you do right now in this market? You're going to get a nice bullish div on some of these time frames. There's probably, in terms of how it's looking, is we could rally up to 20K. We could even rally back up to 24K in the next week based on DXY coming down. This would come up. You'd see a little bit of recovery. Everybody thinks this was the bottom. You're home free. Not exactly. You just reject off of 25K or whatever, maybe even 28K. It could come up pretty high here. Let's look at our 3 hour. I mean, you're getting that nice, bullish div. You're getting bullish divs. These don't happen too often in terms of deep money flow here. You can come up quite a bit from these, which is what I think could happen, especially, people getting in, especially that, the denial phase. So that's Bitcoin right now. 10 to 12K, I think, is probably going to be the bottom based on, what I'm looking at. Ethereum doesn't look like a bottom yet, but we could have a little rally here. You could definitely come up to 15, maybe even 17, dare I say 17, and then You know, that's your denial phase. And then, you know, between 300 to, I don't know about somewhere between 300 and 600, you know, bottom out there. Your weekly, you know, this is more of, you know, how we can map out where you're going to end up with the weekly. Just look at the percentages to the bottom here. We already got the daily confirmed, daily bullish div on Ethereum too. We'll talk about that in just a second. But where we are with the weekly, we're about here. And then you come down another 60%. So say we're, you know, at 9 from 1,000, let's say, around there, generally 1,000, another 60%, 400, right there. Where were we at 400? September 2020. That's when a lot of people had the doubt. That's when I saw a lot of doubt. That's when, you know, I originally got in pretty heavy in crypto. So that's a place, and anecdotally from, you know, what I've seen, a lot of people in general, even the people who get in early, it still goes down, back down, even with what they got in usually at the end of all of it. So we'll see. I think this general area right here will be probably the bottom. September, probably the earliest. End of year, January, probably the latest. Some pocket like that if history, you know, repeats even in the slightest of what it's done before. So that's what I'm looking for Ethereum. What I want to look for in the short term, though, is, you know, this is bullish. You know, this doesn't happen too often. This is a nice daily bullish div with two deep anchor waves here. This could easily, in the next few weeks, even next month, give you a rally up to 1,500, I'd say. 1,500 is big here. Nothing goes just straight down, guys. Could be wrong. Anything could happen, but nothing goes straight down, especially your 4 hour. You're about to get that bullish div. Your 3 hour too. It is the weekend, though, so be careful, but nothing just goes straight down in one direction. I think we could rally back a little bit with the stock market, too, and that's what we're used to right now. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this update. Just wanted to give you an update, kind of what I think is most likely going to happen here. So we're hitting another, maybe a logarithmic spiral line right now. Oh, almost hitting there. Maybe this acts as support, maybe not. Maybe we just reject off of it. We'll see what happens. So guys, if you're interested in the exclusive Discord, it's about to start raining out here. If you're interested in the exclusive Discord, link in the description below. So my trade entries, stop losses, take profits. If you're interested in my excuse me, my trading course, link in the description below as well. There's a discount code down below as well. A lot of people have really liked the course. I go through everything that I think somebody needs to know to do very well in these markets. It's helped out a lot of people, so check that out. BITGET, there's some good promos going on, so check out my links below as well. Market Cipher, link in the description below with the discount code down below. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below as well. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.